Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tee. And guys, I've got to tell you, today is probably the most excited I've ever been on the JH Practice Tee. Ever. And that's over 10 years. And, a couple of thousand videos. And why am I in this state of excitement and euphoria? Well guys, I finally reached nirvana. I have got the CL protocol, the channel lock protocol for me, the JH channel lock protocol. And it's brought me to a level of ball striking now at this time of my life at 76 years old that I didn't have at the very, very best of my golf. You guys know I started when I was 34, but I was quite an athlete, and I was very well coordinated, and I could really hit the ball, and I hit it really well when I was starting out, and even right through until I stopped playing a number of years ago. But clearly, as time and tide has progressed, I've lost some flexibility, and I had 7 years off, so I actually lost, the length of my golf swing, and a lot of my timing went with it as well. But since I've incorporated yogi, the process or the mechanics of yogi into channel lock, I've got everything back. Everything I've ever wanted, or everything I used to have and wanted back in those days, is back in my golf swing now. And it's, for me, it's the final JH protocol. I don't have to do anything else with my protocol. This is my one. There'll be still lots of options for you guys, but for me, it's absolutely what I've got now is what I'm going to use. And it's extraordinary, guys. It's a level of ball striking and ball flight that I have never seen in my golf swing, or in my ability to hit golf balls. Even when I did hit it good when I was starting out, and I could hit it just about as good as anybody that I played with it back in those days, because I was strong and flexible and just had good coordination. But now, guys, even though I've lost the flexibility, with my yogi load on CL, I'm just absolutely smashing it. And guys, the ball flight and the look of the ball and the accuracy of it is just off the scale. Okay, what is it? Now, what I've been doing in yogi in the last week in talking about yogi and trying to incorporate yogi into channel lock, what I noticed on the videos was that I'd lost one of the really important prime base tenets of channel lock, and that is that we must have this shaft as vertical as we can possibly get it at address, and try and get it in line with the lead leg. Now, I was having a little too much, just old habits die hard. I just got into too much forward shaft, and I couldn't lag load the club as much as I wanted to lag load it with yogi lock. And the lag loading, guys, is negative drag. It's dragging the handle, or the old caddy drag. It's basically this is what we want. Very windy again here today, guys. But and that's the wonderful thing about yogi lock. Hits the ball so high, but the wind has no effect on it, and it really doesn't. It was like Nicholas in his heyday, to just hit it up there. Jack never tried to knock the ball down, even when it was super. He never did it because the ball flight was so pure. So, guys, this is what it is. So, what I'm trying to do with channel lock is get back to here, where I'm trying to get that shaft as perpendicular as I can, so I can really drag it in that channel and negative load it as much as I can on the backswing. And with the yogi grip, it's letting me get a lot of wrist cock at the top, so I'm getting a lot of lag loading on the golf club, which equates to me to tremendous ball speed off the club for me. I'm back to hitting the ball as long, if not longer, than I did when I was young. Okay, clubs today have certainly made a difference. The old clubs that were used back then, 40 odd 3 years ago, they were very weak clubs and they were heavy, and these are strong and they're light. Okay guys, without further ado, this is JH's final channel lock protocol. I don't need to change this at all. The Yogi grip has made a huge difference. Now guys, first shot of the day, and it's hammer time. Now guys, there's an enormous amount of freedom in that golf swing, and there's a fair bit of mass transference to that lead side, but this is still, even though I'm finishing here, this is still has that feeling of being closed, which it needs to be in channel lock. Oh guys, I've got to tell you, that is just, the club just sinks into the face of the golf. The ball sinks into the face of the golf club. It's just so, it's just, I don't know, it's the most exquisite feeling. And it feels automatic, it feels brisk. It feels like, man, there's a lot happening here and I haven't got a lot of grip pressure in the golf club, and that grip doesn't feel secure because of that lead thumb off to the side of the shaft. But I've got to tell you guys, it goes unbelievable. And it's so windy here. So get that shaft perpendicular. The height I get is extraordinary. Now on that video I did the other day, I was trying to knock the ball down, because if I hit it this high you can't see it on the video. But I got to tell you that this ball is going 30 feet, at least 30-40 feet higher than those balls were going on that video the other day that you saw. And as a result of that, the ball carries a lot further. Okay, get it perpendicular here. And even out of the long grass here, guys, which is not ideal for channel lock, because channel lock gets on the ground very early and gets the club at ball level very early, which I've said on a number of occasions, so it gets it into the grass early. But I need to be here. The light is really bad today, a lot of cloud, and it's very noisy over there near the freeway today, so I don't want to be there. Okay, watch this, guys. Oh, guys, look at that. Well, you can't see it. Silly thing to say, JH. But the thing that's amazing, and I never saw Yogi hit the ball, but I know guys that did, or I know a guy that did, had lessons from him, an Australian guy. And he said he hit the ball extraordinarily high. And I'm hitting it high. Why? Because I'm trying to release the club that way. When I say I'm hitting it up like that, now don't be confused, guys, it's not this type of hit. It's not that type of hit with the blade doing that. It's the club going up but the blade releasing. The club's going, the hit is up but the blade is still releasing towards the hole. And a couple of guys, and I just trying to remember the guy's name that put a post on the other day and said he's hitting the ball great, but he's just hitting it for right-handed, just pushing it straight out there. Now he's on the right path, but what you're not doing is that you're hitting like that, but the blade's going there. Remember, guys, when you fire it that way, the blade has got to go this way. The blade releases to the hole. Well, I'm warmed up after 3 shots, even though it's freezing cold. So watch this for a little bit of old dude zip on the doodah, guys. Oh, guys, look at that. Well, you can't see it, JH. Why do you keep saying that? But you've got to be able to see the ball, the impetus and the effort going into that through the looseness of the Yogi golf swing. And guys, I don't feel anything. I feel this, I feel that, and then I just feel a change direction. And I have to feel a change direction. That's how I get the loading. Well, you've heard this before too, guys. But that is the best iron shot that I've hit since I've been on Channel Lock. Probably the best iron shot I've hit since I've been on the JH practice tee for 10 years. That was just, that was better than the best shot that I've ever hit in my life. Never hit a 5-iron with that velocity or that style of flight into that wind. The wind is crosshead here, guys. It's just not moving. Now, I'm a little bit gun shy with this at the moment because I feel really loosey-goosey, and I haven't got as much 5 o'clock nose because I'm really working on my balance a little bit. But I know that when I get my 5 o'clock nose right, this is going to go up another notch. And we were talking the other day, flippantly, when I was asking Mr. X for some ratings on my shots and saying that, you know, I was hitting some shots that were better than 10, so there should be a 10.5. Well, I've got to tell you, that's an 11.5. So we'll have to have a new rating listing. And guys, what I'm talking about is ratings relative to my ability and my quality of ball striking. It's not Jason Day, it's not Henrik Stenson. it's not world-class ball striker, but it's fantastic ball striking for me and the best that I've ever had. And at my age, I'm really, really happy about that. Now watch this, guys. Get it here, perpendicular. I've got to tell you, guys, those balls are just landing within, even into that wind with a 5-iron, but they're landing in a 10-foot circle. And they're just flush city. And I don't care what happens with the lead arm. Whatever, I don't care what it looks like. The club is just, it's unbelievable how amazingly solid it is through the ball. And I just see the target now, and I just know I'm going to hit it. Well, news bulletin, guys. You know when I said that other 5-iron was the best since I've ever been on the JH practice tee? That was better. This is, guys, this is just mind-numbing stuff. For an old geezer like me, you can come out and hit the ball like that. I mean, it's mind-numbing. We all think that we've lost and you all get it back, but invariably you don't. We really don't get it back, but I've got it back. This is as good as this is better than I've ever hit the ball in my life. At the 12 o'clock to Sydney, overhead. They better be careful, those guys, because this ball's going that high, it could get in one of those Pratt and Whitney turbines. Get it here, guys. It's just, guys, I know I'm gushing, but this is nuts. This is just ridiculous, off the scale nuts. Look at this wind. It's just boring holes in the wind, for heaven's sake. And the club's taking me for a ride. I'm just hanging on because it's just motoring. As Jim Carrey would have said, motoring, smoking. That ball is smoking. Smoking for JH. they're just landing in the same place. Now if I can just smooth that out, because I'm very excited, if I can just smooth that out and you know, we're hitting out of the old crabgrass over here. If I can just smooth that out now, I'm going to get so much loading, these shafts are going to be obsolete. Now I've used these soft shafts for the last couple of years, guys, because I've been working, getting timing, and you know, my old joints are a little bit calcified and sore if I hit a lot of shots, so I wanted that. But I can feel that shaft really loading now, but it's not affecting the ball flight. I mean, the ball flight is still pure, straight. It's just, okay now. What I'm going to do here is really work on 5 o'clock nose and really try and smooth city. Oh, there it is, guys. Oh, that club still has so much energy in it. It tried to take off after the golf ball. High voltage. It's supercharged stuff, guys. It's supercharged stuff. I mean, no, I don't look like I hit the ball hard, but I'm hitting that hard. I'm really hitting that hard, and it's control hard. Just as I was going to, just as I started to take that back, guys, a big gust and just almost blew me off my feet. But I just got that a little chunky, but you know, when you look at the ball out there, you wouldn't see it's probably taken, you know, 6 or 7 yards off it. And it was a bit of a chunker, but just perfect. If you want to hit a chunk, you want to hit one like that. And that's what I like about channel lock, because you're online. I hit a couple this way, slightly different angle. Try and smooth it out a little bit. I'm very excited. Oh, the wind is so strong. That wind before almost blew me over. I worry about the camera. It doesn't show it here, guys, but it is really strong. Come on, Jage. Never going to come down. It ain't never coming down. And guys, you just hit 5 irons like 8 irons. They go 8 iron height. Just crazy, crazy stuff. Come on, Jage. All right, try and smooth it out. It's just pulling me through, guys. It's pulling me through so much. The velocity is huge, but bear in mind the ball's gone. Ball's gone. It ain't here anymore. Come on, Jade. Okay, nice smooth one. Getting used to this grip now, guys. See how the club stays here? That means that the integrity of this is maintained. Bit of a long video, guys, but just want to show you it's just sorry to be off camera, guys, but got to show you this with a driver. Probably wanted to see a driver anyway. Better be careful because the slipstream off this driver moving so much quicker for me now might just suck that camera in, pull it off the stand. I've got to tell you guys, it's just mad stuff. Mad. Wow. Now what I feel with that's the first shots that I've hit with the driver, first shot. But what I feel with the driver is I've got to do it smoother, because the transition is too violent and the club's just moving a bit quick for me. It just went dead straight, but the timing wasn't in that as good as it was with the irons. Okay, come on. Just... Wow. Hard to see the ball here today, guys, with the cloud and everything, but I've got a target area up there which is a tree and one of the old cars here. And I just look in that area. I can't see the ball, and I just look down, it just lands there. Come on. It's just in the air so long. I thought that had gone somewhere, but it just dropped out of the air after all that time right on the target. I can't see it, it's going too high for me. Okay, so a bit more 5 o'clock nose and just smooth it up. The driver's overpowering me. There's too much lag in it. I'll have to just back that down a little bit and work it out. But I thought I'd hit some shots. They're all perfectly straight, but they're just scary. I feel like I don't know what I feel like. That's perfect. Gee, that's funny, not being able to see the ball, and then you just look up there and it's almost like someone's just dropped it from a helicopter up near your target. Because I can't see it, it's so glary today. I know I'll try and keep the trail side a little bit more in check with this shot. Club's moving so fast, just pulling me off my right side. But I'm still hitting exactly the same shape. Just got to put more load into that trail side. Just fantastic. That's the one. I'll get this first time I hit the drive, but every one of those was in the target area. Everyone would have hit the fairway and would have only been, probably at the most, 8 or 10 yards either side of centre. So that's amazing that I could hit the driver like that. Okay, guys, just a very exciting day. I'll if it doesn't rain, I'll do a little bit more of an explanatory, in-depth explanatory video on what I'm doing and what I've achieved and what I'm feeling.